Hi there, this is my first video, and today we are going to talk about anything and everything that any business owner or entrepreneur should be knowing. So, you are a business owner, you are a small time or a startup or an established businessman. What do you think would be the best possible points in terms of what is the start of any business? Or let me put it this way: what does an organization means? Well, simply put, organization is set of people. When I say set of people, it essentially means people from the grassroots level to the top management. They comprise of all the joint activities and start a business. Now, as a business owner or the lead decision makers, there are a few points which are essential for any project or any endeavor that you take forth. Now imagine that you are in the middle of a big potential project or any important document that you are supposed to have the signature on. What are the important points that you could take care of? Every single line, every single paragraph, every single consent or terms are extremely important to be considered. I repeat, you cannot ignore any single point. Now, for instance, I have seen many people randomly sign the documents assuming that it's a standard document. What do I take care of? My dear friend, that is exactly where we tend to make mistakes. For example, never sign any documents which has a generic free email address, which means Gmail, Yahoo, Rediff, or me.com, or anything that signifies a public domain service provider. Never do that. Because of the fact that any free email address does not stand in the law of land. That means any court will not be able to accept that document as a legal contractual obligation. So that brings to the point that you must sign every document which has the company email address exactly. So to conclude, any document that has generic email address should not be signed. Point number 2. After the documentation is done, I would rather suggest that you vet this document from a lawyer or a legal expert or anything that you feel, or anyone, your friend, your neighbor or your consultant, but he or she has to vet it legally that yes, every single point makes sense in the interest of both the entities. It might, he might, charge you some professional fees, but it does make sense. Otherwise it's as simple as losing the entire good fortune that you might have, earned in several course of years. Point number 3. After the documentation and everything is satisfactorily done, the next point comes as to what this project comprises of. The best logical statement would be do what you write and write what you do. So you have to be extremely sure of what this project comprises of, what you are supposed to do, and what is expected from this project as an outcome. That will ensure that two parties talk the same language. Point number 4 suggests that having understood the project in detail, let us now move on to what resources do I have and what resources do I have to do a gap fill for, because you alone would not be able to complete the project successfully. When I say adding resources, I specifically mean hiring best of the resources. When I say best of the resources, that may not actually mean expensive resources, but who are fitting the job, who are functional experts, and who know in and out of this project, or might have been a situation where they must have done similar projects in their past anywhere. That would ensure that the vertical and horizontal pointers are well met. It is within your timelines. It runs within the ROI. When I say ROI, it's return on investment. So which means, let's say this project is say $10,000, and your expenses, estimated expenses are, let's say, $5,000, and your salaries or your running costs might add to another $2,000. So this $3,000, which is supposedly your profit, you must be sure that this $3,000 are well secured within this time frame. Come what may, you should not go overboard. Point number 5. Now that you have the resources, now that you have the infrastructure in place, time to roll action in terms of roles. I will make it very clear, very schematic role plays does matter in the success or the failure of the project. So you are essentially restricting and delegating the right roles and responsibilities towards the right people who would be implementing the project, planning the project, testing the project, and having entire control over the entire span of the project running. So roles and responsibilities also form a very important role. I repeat this role. Point number 7. Now that you have the entire team, infrastructure, resources, and you have set the roles and responsibilities, time to move on to a project plan. Though in simple English, as a figure of speech, it is said that planning is an oxymoron and most big things turn to be unplanned. Well, it's not always. Planning does take you at different heights. You have to ensure that the project is planned as per the timelines that you have committed on paper in legal as well as implementation aspects. Now, planning may have its own, skewed, you might say, arithmetic or algorithm that these days there are so many tools and softwares, and based on your experience and expertise, you can have timelines sorted, and you can have the modules split up into different smaller, parent-child kind of breakdowns. Do whatever you want, but ensure that the plan is perfect and matching to the client's expectations. Trust in God, but lock your car, which means every single day is my project running as per my plans? If not, where are the leakages? Is any particular resource not delivering what it is supposed to do? Trust me, it might be rude, but you have to take a call in terms of either replacing the resource or replanning it again or having a backup if certain resources or infrastructure may not deliver what it is supposed to. So to conclude, you have to check at each. It could be a single day, it could be a weekly, whatever you want. You have planned for the checks, but a frequent check has to be there from the management or the technical head or whichever department the responsibility goes to. After the planning, the checks, what comes next? Review with the client, review with the end result that I was supposed to reach from say London to New York, and now I'm sitting in Belgium. Am I in the right track? Otherwise, I would be traveling but in the wrong direction, which means have a sign off, a frequent sign off, whichever milestones you have set. That will ensure that the project does not go from scratch to the end. So you have periodic checks, you have periodic sign-offs, so that ensures that slowly and gradually you are moving or steering towards end result. That's great.